Man, does it feel good to be back. Typically, at least for me, I don't know about you guys, whenever we have these, especially the long breaks, I don't ever really feel the breaks. Like, to me, they fly by in the blink of an eye. But this one, I definitely was like, okay, I need a new chapter, and it was delivered. It was a banger. It is chapter 1104. It is titled Thank You Daddy. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we've had this title before, but also we've had like similar titles for like the past 3 or 4 chapters. And it doesn't matter, like I mentioned earlier, this chapter was fire. It picked off where he left off with Kuma, and he's about to punch Saturn. That was delivered. It was just fantastic, and I'm very hyped. I'm all over the place, and I'm ready to talk about this chapter. But if you guys enjoy regular anime content, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a new video. With that away, my name is Potential Unleashed, and let's get into chapter 1104's review. The chapter starts off with kinda us going back and looking at the different forms of adversity that Kuma went through, talk about how he was meant to be a slave, seeing that his parents were killed, seeing Jenny, how she was killed. Everything that he had been through, he has really nobody left except for Bonney. I mean, he had a dragon too, but the only person that he truly cares about above everyone else, like he did in the past, is Bonney. And he is going and trying to attack Saturn. Saturn, he tried and used the self-destruct device that Vegapunk, he had him installed, but apparently it's not working, and he had used it back in the day whenever Kuma made it back to the revolutionary. So he's kind of surprised that Kuma is here. Kuma, he goes and he delivers one of the most satisfying punches in all of One Piece. He hits Saturn and he sends him flying through a lot of the town. It was such a beautiful panel, and I knew that this was going to happen. I think after everything that he's experienced, Kuma needed this. He needed this for his character, and he sent this dude flying. I felt relieved, I am happy, and I think that Oda delivered it perfectly. Another reason why that I knew that this attack was going to land is 2 reasons. Number 1, Saturn, he is able to regenerate himself to some degree. We saw it. I don't know the exact chapter. I think it was 1095, but he's able to regenerate. And 2, because of how much Kuma, he looks up to Nika and how he wants to be just like him. We saw it in the past, talk about the hands of liberation and everything else, that he is going to do exactly, since Luffy is Nika, he's going to do exactly what he does. And we know that Luffy, he already punched a celestial dragon, and he doesn't give a fluff about anything. The fact that Kuma, he did it on a grander scale, and this arc, it's supposed to mirror a lot of what happened at Sabaody, so it only makes sense that this was to happen. We also find out that Vegapunk, he did indeed implement the self-destruct mechanism. However, he didn't do a traditional one. He couldn't bear of making him into a bomb, so in essence, what he did was he made a different type of failsafe, and he did it in order to program his body to shut down completely, so he would essentially be a vegetable, incapable of receiving any more orders that anyone gave him. Even Vegapunk, he doesn't know how this happened. He's trying to figure out how Kuma was able to override the self-destruct mechanism, and he mentioned something that I know fans are going to go crazy about. He said that the Buccaneers, they were said to have special characteristics beyond their strong bodies. After all, your people once, and people, they don't know what he's talking about. We know in chapter 1095, Saturn said that his people, they committed a grave crime. Could it have been something along the lines of, in the past, assisting people who were a part of the ancient kingdom? You see the different reactions of the different individuals that are here. Senamaru, he's happy. Kizaru, he's like, well, shit, it's about to go down. There's also Luffy, he's missing. The different Marines are like, well, we can't just say that he escaped after all this happened. I can't wait to see what Luffy's going to do. And I love the fact that Bonney, she says, hey, I saw your memories, I saw everything you did for me, I saw all the letters, I really do appreciate it. Even if everyone calls you a tyrant, I know that you're such a kind-hearted individual, and you're the only one I can call my father. She gives him a big hug, and I love this. After seeing his flashback, this was really refreshing. Not surprising, Saturn, after taking this punch, he gets back up and he's asking Vegapunk for an explanation. Vegapunk's like, well, honestly, I can't give you one. The only thing I could say is you could chalk it up to the power of love. And I'm with Vegapunk on this one. I mean, it might be more than that, but I do remember a while ago, I made a comment about this. I would like it for Oda to say that this is like his parental instincts kicking in, like it turns something that he doesn't know why he's doing it, but he knows that that's his daughter and he has to save her, because Dragon said that children are a parent's weakness. And I think it's cool. I think that deep down, no matter how much Kuma forgets or lost his memory, lost his humanity, there will be like a sliver that is still there that wants to protect Bonney. I think that's beautiful. So hey, if it is the power of love and it actually isn't something that's secretive, I'm all here for it. As I mentioned earlier, Saturn, he has regenerative abilities and he regenerates and goes and attempts to attack Kuma because he is unable to move. And then Sanji, he steps in, kicks Saturn's foot claw. I don't really know what it's exactly called, but he kicks that away. Frankie, he uses a radical beam and it ends up hitting Saturn as well. I love Kizaru here because he's back in the fight, similar to how Luffy vanished. Kizaru, they were always going to get up at the exact same time. He mentions, hey, you guys have grown, let's put it to the test. He kicks Frankie, or he hits Frankie with an attack, sends him flying. Sanji, he's freaking out a little bit like, uh-oh, Frankie, he just got hit. I love that Frankie, he may not be the strongest, but he's always down to get dirty. He's fought against or had an interaction with a Yonko, a Gorosei, and an Admiral. Frankie's that dude. At last, they take Kuma and they are trying to flee because this is a battlefield. Anybody that is not able to fight or shouldn't be in the fight, they're about to leave. Kizaru and Saturn, we see a dope panel of them two side by side talking about, hey, this is ramping up, and I cannot wait to see what exactly is going to happen, because there's another buster call that's going to happen. They're going to try and take out this island because of the fact that not only there's a Buccaneer here, not only that Nika's here, but also because of the research of the voice Sentry. And that's where Saturn's like, hey, we got to get rid of this because of all the infectious people that are here. I will say, I think we can all agree that Luffy is going to take on Saturn. He is the only one strong enough to be able to do it, especially because he is a devil, and Luffy, he is supposed to be this god. You know, if you look at in the religious term, there's always like the god versus the devil, stuff like that. So I really can't wait to see how Luffy is going to overcome his regenerative abilities. It appears he has Conqueror's Haki as well, and that Saturn, he's broken, so that just leaves Kizaru. After fighting with Luffy, Kizaru is clearly not at full strength, and the only person that is still available right now would be Sanji. I don't know, well, I guess you could say Jinbei as well, but Sanji is definitely stronger and is the strongest one that's available right now. I know people are going to get mad and say, oh, Zoro could fight him, but he's fighting Lucci right now. It all depends on if that fight trickles his way here, if they switch opponents. Personally, I want to see Zoro versus Kizaru, especially after Kizaru stepped on him and was trying to eliminate him first. I think it would be very poetic if Zoro actually gets his get back. But I also think that Oda did this to showcase, because Sanji, he went out bad a little bit in his interaction with Saturn. I think this is his way of proving that Sanji, he still has something left in the tank. And we've seen it how Sanji, he had different clashes with these individuals that end up being really strong. We've seen it with Virgo, we've seen it with Doflamingo as well. This chapter was definitely shorter, but that's because they had a lot more of action panels. I'd say, like I said, that panel of him punching Saturn was so refreshing. It reminded me a lot of when Luffy originally punched St. Charlos back in Sabaody. Really dope chapter. We have no break next week, so I'm really looking forward to that. But let me know what you guys thought about this chapter in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from me. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.